My wife told her coworkers I died and accepted cash for my funeral. They were gobsmacked when I showed up. I found out my wife Piper killed me when her coworker sent flowers to our house. The card said they were sorry for my passing and that Piper was in their thoughts during this difficult time. I stood in our doorway holding a condolence bouquet for my own death and tried to understand what I was reading. I called Piper immediately. She didn't answer. I called again. Nothing. I sent a text asking about the flowers and she replied saying it was probably a wrong address. I told her the card had her name on it. She stopped responding. Piper came home 3 hours later looking nervous. I was sitting at the kitchen table with the flowers in front of me. I asked her to explain. She started crying and said she made a terrible mistake. She said work had been so stressful and she was burned out and just needed a break. She said she ran out of PTO and her boss wouldn't approve unpaid leave. She said bereavement was the only way to get time off without questions. She said she told them her husband died suddenly and they gave her 2 weeks of paid leave plus extra sympathy days. She used my death to take a vacation from her job. She spent those 2 weeks going to a spa and shopping and having lunch with friends while her coworkers thought she was grieving. She accepted condolences and sympathy cards and even a collection they took up to help with funeral expenses. She took money from people who thought I was dead. I asked how she planned to explain my existence when she went back to work. She said she was going to tell them we were separated and she meant her ex-husband died. I pointed out that we weren't separated and I wasn't her ex-husband. She said she would figure it out. She said I was making this a bigger deal than it needed to be. She said nobody at her work knew me anyway, so what did it matter? She actually asked what the big deal was about telling people I was dead. I told her the big deal was that she lied about my death for paid vacation time. I told her she let coworkers donate money for a funeral that wasn't happening. I told her she made me a prop in her scheme without asking or telling me. She said I was being dramatic and she would fix everything. She said I should just stay away from her office and no one would ever know the difference. She said we could laugh about this someday. I wasn't laughing. The next week, Piper went back to work, playing the grieving widow returning bravely to her job. Her coworkers hugged her and told her how strong she was. Her boss gave her a reduced workload out of sympathy. She performed sadness while I sat at home knowing my wife had killed me off for convenience. I decided to resurrect myself. I told Piper I was picking her up from work on Friday for a dinner date. She panicked and said absolutely not. She said I couldn't come anywhere near her office. She said I would ruin everything if anyone saw me. I said I was coming whether she liked it or not. Friday afternoon, I walked into the lobby of her building and told the receptionist I was there to pick up my wife Piper for our anniversary dinner. The receptionist looked confused and asked if I meant ex-wife. I said no, we'd been happily married for 6 years. She called up to Piper's floor. I waited in the lobby while chaos unfolded above me. Piper came down 20 minutes later with mascara running down her face. Her boss was behind her looking furious. 2 HR people were behind him. She had been fired on the spot for falsifying bereavement leave and accepting money under false pretenses. She had to return the collection her co-workers gathered. She was escorted out of the building while I held the door open for her. In the car, she screamed at me for ruining her career. She said I did this on purpose to humiliate her. She said a good husband would have kept the secret and let her handle it. She said I destroyed her reputation over a harmless lie. I told her she destroyed her own reputation when she decided killing me off was easier than asking for vacation time. I filed for divorce the following month. Piper told everyone I overreacted and abandoned her when she needed support. She never admitted what she actually did. She just painted herself as the victim of an unsupportive husband who couldn't take a joke.